Hi folks, and welcome to this niche audio show and tell. On this one we're going to be taking a look at Sublime Techno. I don't have time to go through every sound, every project, every group in detail, so I'm just going to play some random kits in the background while I give you some information about how we went about creating the pack and I suppose why. The pack consists of 10 starter projects, 17 groups, and approximately 255 samples. And of course, all this is color coded and appropriately tagged, making it very easy for you to construct your own kits, or just change sounds within the already constructed kits. All our kits and projects use the host software's built-in effects and processors. We've done it in a way to present to you a well-balanced kit, allowing you to get on with the job of making music fairly instantly, but of course there's a lot of room there for your own processing. So the brief we gave ourselves was to create a techno pack using only our own samples, sampled directly from our own hardware units, analog hardware units, and this is what we did. Now, in interest of full disclosure and all that, I will say that I think there's about 12 sounds that were digitally sourced, i.e. sampled from VSTs, but the rest of it is all analog samples. Now, I want to make something quite clear here. It's not that we think analog is the bee's knees or is in any way better than digital. Where we stand on that is just different. However, when we combine these sounds, all these analog samples, there is a definite vibe that, in our opinion, is quite difficult to achieve with VSTs. And like I say, it's not that we think this is better, it's just, it's got a vibe. It's a different vibe. We like stuff with a vibe. Essentially, we created this pack as a pack that we would want to use ourselves. Simple as that, really. All the included patterns in the groups and the starter projects are really just our interpretation of one way to present these sounds to you. They're not the definitive, this is what you have to do. Obviously the idea is that you create your own patterns. It's all about the sounds, but of course any of the... Hold on, I'm getting confused here. I'm trying to load up kits that go with the previous one. Okay, that's good. Right, so of course you can use the included built-in preset patterns and simply change the position of a few of the notes, and literally within a few moments you can transform the original pattern into something of your own, which is completely unrecognizable from the original, which is the point. And you could go a little bit further than that and replace some of the sounds. You can use some of the sounds that are included in the pack, any of the sounds, or any of your own. So really, it's all about giving you options and possibilities to help you create music. We're not like going for speed here. It's about keeping you in the zone. That's really the best way I can put that across. You know, when you're I'll give you an example. You're messing around with a track and you're working on the bass line. And then 3 hours later, you're still working on the bass line, but you only initially wanted to change, I don't know, put a little bit of delay on it or some EQ or something. And 3 hours later, you completely lost the point of what you were trying to do. You lost the moment, literally. Well, 3 hours ago. Okay, 3 hours might be a bit extreme, but even 10 minutes can actually take you out of the zone. So it was quite important for us when we launched Niche to think about that, because we are producers. All the guys that create these packs are actual producers, so you know they're creating these packs in the sort of mindset that it's something they would want to use as well. Okay, so let's load up another one. This one's quite tribally sounding. Well, it's called Tribalist. But interestingly, this one was put in to show you something. That Percussion 1, that one that was just soloed there, it's just a percussion sound. As you can hear, it's been played, you know, it's playing a little melodic phrase. Now the idea there is just dropping a hint. A lot of the sounds in this pack are quite sort of percussive orientated, but they have an underlining musical element to them. So don't forget to experiment there. We try and keep that, when we program these patterns, we try and keep that to a minimum, i.e. using percussion sounds as melodic instruments, because that means for the Ableton version, their drum racks mostly become individual simplers. Now there's nothing wrong with that to a certain degree, but we do like to keep as much things in the, and again I'm getting confused, we do like to keep as much of it in a rack. So the groups in, as much of the samples I should say, in a rack, so that they can all be played instantly at the same time. I.e. if you have one of the hardware units, Ableton Push or Machine. You don't have to have that, obviously, but we do think about that as well. So now I've just moved on to the groups. I was playing some projects there, and I'm just going to manually change some of the patterns in these groups. I mean, this one here, you can hear those classic techno percussive elements, but they're all new. The pack itself is split between kind of 4 to the floor and kind of offbeat rhythms. Quite modern techno sound. Now that was, I just loaded up a bank of kick drums there. I'm just going through some of the individual sounds. All very usable stuff. Classic chord sample. All of these are obviously sampled from analog instruments. Now there's a very classic sound. You may not use it next week, but in 5 years it may come back. Drones and effects. I think some of these are the digital ones. No, sorry, that's still the analog ones. So these sounds and these special kits are not sounds that are actually used in the group, so they're extra sounds, giving you more possibilities. Classic rave sound there. Analog timpani. I do like that sound. Yeah, these are some of the digital ones. Some impact effects. And that will have to do for this video. Thank you for watching.